Quiche Lorraine is a French tart with a filling made of cream, eggs, and bacon or ham in an open pastry case. It was little known outside the French region of Lorraine until the mid-20th century. As its popularity spread nationally and internationally, the addition of cheese became commonplace, although it was criticized as inauthentic. The dish may be served hot, warm, or cold. According to Larousse Gastronomique, quiches, sometimes spelled quiches, originated in the eastern French region Lorraine. The name may derive from the German Kuchen, a term used for similar dishes. There are many varieties of quiche, and Larousse comments that every region of Alsace and Lorraine has its own and maintains it is the only authentic version of the dish. Originally, a quiche Lorraine was baked with a bread dough case similar to that now used for pissaladiers and pizzas, but in modern versions, short crust or puff pastry is generally used. The dish dates back to the 16th century, but until well into the 20th century, it was little known outside its region of origin and was as seldom seen in Paris as in foreign countries. The classic ingredients for the filling are eggs, thick cream, and ham or bacon in strips or lardons, made into a savory custard. Elizabeth David in her French Provincial Cooking, 1960, and Simon Beck, Louisette Berthold, and Julia Child in their Mastering the Art of French Cooking, 1961, excluded cheese from their recipes for quiche Lorraine, and David in particular was scornful of cooks and manufacturers who added it. She considered they did so for reasons of cost and convenience rather than taste. A classic quiche Lorraine with only a cream, egg, and bacon filling is quite tricky to get right. David placed the responsibility for the inauthentic addition of cheese with Parisian chefs. In 1870, Jules Gouffet introduced a version to which he added Parmesan, and in 1903, Auguste Escoffier recommended lining the pastry case with bacon and strips of Gruyere before adding the cream and egg mixture. Attempts were made to restore the simplicity of the original dish. In 1901, Le Figaro printed a recipe that excluded not only cheese but also bacon, and in 1904, André Thuriot and a fellow native of Lorraine, Edmond Richardson, published another recipe that included neither bacon nor cheese. In 1932, Marcel Bourlastin, a highly influential restaurateur and writer, specified the addition of grated Gruyere, and by the 1950s, the use of cheese had become commonplace as the popularity of quiche Lorraine grew. David cited a London cookery school where the students were taught to use evaporated milk and processed cheddar for their fillings. Lamia Brazia's standard recipe for the dish excluded cheese, but she thought variations permissible. Replace the lardons and the ham with a layer of sliced roquefort, or with thin slices of goose or duck liver and fresh truffle. Among some recent versions of the dish, Sophie Pix adds Comte, and Delia Smith adds both cheddar and Parmesan. No cheese is used in the versions by Lindsay Barham. Felicity Cloak, Elaine Ducasse, Simon Hopkinson, Thomas Keller, and Dan Leppard. Ready-made quiches Lorraine sold in supermarkets in France, Britain, and the U.S. typically contain cheese, usually Emmental or similar, although British versions often contain cheddar. The dish may be served hot, warm, or cold. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. If you have a topic you would like to suggest, leave a comment.